I give it all that I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I can talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globe trying, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta give it all raw now, like Don Dallas. All that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never fly. I give it all, they want me rock, I never blow. I give it all, whoa. What you say, my man? Give it all, whoa. Hey, give it all, whoa. Yeah, stand tall, give it all. All that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. What do you think when people look at me? 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply to your addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Nah, the mention of life well lived, for instance. Give it all. Say
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free. As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go. Friday night lights. Get hype. It's Friday night. Friday night lights. Get hype. Here we go now. Friday night lights. Get hype. It's Friday night lights. Get hype. Here we go now.
Pregame show on Country Legends Devil.
Welcome to Seneca East High School here on the OH Report alongside WBCO as well. Anthony Conchel here alongside myself, Jared Moore, and Anthony, tonight we have the Colonel Crawford Eagles visiting the Seneca East Tigers. Colonel Crawford coming in with a record of 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference. Seneca East 4-2 overall, and they are undefeated in conference play at 3-0.
Yeah, we got two teams that are right near the top of the N10, along with Mohawk, who's also up there. Tonight's game should be a really good one. We can start looking at Seneca East, or Crawford, I'm sorry, a little bit. Kind of give a quick scouting report. The ground and pound is what Colonel Crawford has pretty much done through the first 6 games of the season.
Yeah, well, just to highlight Crawford here, led by head coach Jake Bruner. We mentioned that 2-1 conference record, and with that loss back on the 13th to Mohawk, and they kind of got manhandled against Mohawk at 35-7. You were there for that game, correct?
I was in.
But they've also blown out Buckeye Central and Bucyrus the past 2 games.
And don't put a lot of weight on that because we know both of those teams are down at the bottom of the N10. But that loss to Mohawk was either going to have their season come unglued or make them stronger. They came back, and I think, obviously Coach Bruner's a veteran coach, and he's got a lot of really talented players on that team, and it all starts with their running game. I mean, they're averaging about 450 yards rushing. They've got that two-headed monster of Dom Dean and Connor McMichael. When they get that going, and I know last week against Bucyrus was not a true test, but McMichael had 6 touchdowns, 5 rushing and 1 receiving. He put on a career night, a clinic, if you will. And, when they do that, they're just really, really tough.
All right, some keys for Anthony here as we spotlight the players for Colonel Crawford, led by Connor McMichael. He has 121 yards per game, 12 touchdowns, 13 yards per carry, and he has just been a beast so far here.
Yeah,
for Crawford.
and as we said driving up here, he's only a junior. So if you think you've seen, all you want to see of him, you're going to have a whole other year next year of McMichael and also Dom Dean. So, not to get too far ahead, but Crawford has a lot of seniors, but they've also got a lot of talented juniors as well.
Some keys here for Crawford, Anthony, and I know you spent a lot of time on these, kind of thinking around here. And
I said it a minute ago, kind of jumped the graphic a little bit. Ground and pound. I mean, Colonel Crawford wants to get out there and pound the ball. Seneca East has had a real tough time stopping the run. And I was just texting with somebody else who's in the media that we know, and he said, do you think they can stop their ground game? And I said, they have to try to at least slow it down. Because if they get rolling, it can get ugly in a hurry as far as, putting points on the board for Crawford, and can really hurt Seneca East. Containing Parks, Nicholas Parks, their quarterback, is also going to be a key.
All right, now for Seneca East. They are undefeated in conference play, Anthony. Something that they probably had this game on the schedule for a while, obviously, and led by head coach Ed Phillips. 4-2 overall, but that 3-0 conference, and they have won 3 straight as well. They beat Cary, who they hadn't beaten since
I was
before
going to
2020.
say, I know Cary's down a little bit from what it's been, but that win over Cary told me that this team is for real. I've known Coach Phillips for a few years, and they like to pass the ball. They lost 2 non-conference games, but once the M10 started, they've been unbeatable. So. And
that air raid offense, and we can talk about that as we talk about Nicholas Parks. The quarterback here for Seneca East, a 61% throwing rate, over 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, and you look at his size, 5'9" and 140. This kid is a state qualifying wrestler, and he wrestled, I believe, last year at either 126 or 132. So he's bulked up if he's at 140 is the point that I'm making. So he's not a big kid, but he's done a great job with this offense.
All right, some keys for Seneca East, Anthony.
Well, number one, if you're Seneca East, you got to play a clean game. Minimize mistakes, no turnovers, and you've got to pursue and tackle, and you've got to wrap up Dom Dean, you've got to wrap up Connor McMichael, and even the quarterbacks, Baker and Holt, who alternate for Colonel Crawford. You've got to get them to the ground.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll come back with more pregame action here on WBCO.
Live.
And back here on WBCO, alongside with the OH Report, Jared Moore, Anthony Conchel here from Seneca East High School. As Anthony, I think we're primed and ready for this N10 matchup. It should be a good one here tonight. Seneca East.
A lot of media here, a lot of good crowd coming in. Good night for football. Better than last Friday night when we had the remnants of the hurricane.
Wasn't awful. We haven't had too bad of a football season,
no,
right?
We got spoiled.
Just about perfect here tonight.
Mother Nature reminded us it can be nasty when it wants to be. So, beautiful night tonight here in Seneca, and they always do a great job at Seneca East welcoming us, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, so, two completely different teams here.
Yeah, I didn't want to say
Crawford,
contrast of styles. It sounds kind of cliche, but it really is. Crawball, Seneca East would love to just spread it out and just throw it 50 times a game. You got to remember something too, Jared. We didn't touch on this in the pregame, but this was Nicholas Park's first year as a quarterback. He was like kind of receiver, defensive back. They had Blake Foose here for the past 3 years throwing the football, and pretty darn good quarterback. So when you put a kid, much smaller than Foose, I'm not saying that Nick isn't a great athlete, because he is. Like I said, he's a two-time state qualifier wrestler, as his brother was, but he's a different type of player than a 200-pound Blake Foose was.
Some things to look out here for Anthony. I know you kind of talked about the way that Seneca East, can they stop the run, the ground and pound? They give up 235 yards per game on the ground.
Yeah, look what Crawford is averaging on the ground.
And Crawford averaging on the ground 270. So something's got to give there tonight. And then on the conversely, passing-wise, Seneca East averages 256 yards per game through the air, 10.4 per play. Crawford only gives up 77 yards a game passing. So something's got to give here tonight on one of those aspects.
I know last week Bucyrus, who we know is not quite at the level that these two teams are, they try to spread it out and throw it. And I think Mohawk beat Crawford by also being able to mix in the run and the pass.
Now, you've seen Crawford a couple different times this year, Anthony. You have the two quarterbacks with Baker and Holt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is there an issue there playing two quarterbacks? I mean, a lot of people say if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. So what is it here for Crawford?
You're never going to hear me second guess Jake Bruner, number one. Number two, if it works and the kids are happy and producing and Jake thinks that's the way to go, absolutely. It doesn't appear to be a problem. I think what it does, it kind of keeps the defense guessing, because it's not like they take turns with series. They alternate during the series. One will come in, then Jake will send the other one in, bring the other one out. So I think what it does, it forces the defense to prepare for two of them. I mean, Holt's a good runner. He's a little bit bigger. Baker's, played some last year as a backup to Trevor Vogt. He can run and also pass. But again, two different athletes. They have so many weapons. Caden Bruner, the tight end. I mean, Lucas Foy. I mean, I don't know if it matters who's playing quarterback. I'm not saying that's not important, but when you got two running backs like Connor and Dominic Dean, you and I can hand the ball off to those guys. But I don't think I don't think it's an issue. I think what it does, though, it forces the other team to really pay attention to who's in there. And obviously these coaches are way smarter about it than I am, or we are, and kind of know which defense they want to look at, depending on who's under the center for Crawford. But in short, I don't think it makes a difference. It obviously has worked so far as they're 5-1.
All right, so it looks like Colonel Crawford is going to kick off. So
I believe that would probably be Mr. Zizzo. Number 24 should be out there, Joseph Zizzo, a junior.
And back deep to receive is number 41, Ethan Schultz, along with Taylor Young. And he'll be a big key for them tonight.
Taylor Young is a guy you want to watch out for.
Him and Bryler Beamer.
Him and Beamer are the two receivers that lead Seneca East, at least statistically, and I think that's who.
Those are his two main targets. Yeah, I can tell you when they played Cary.
Yeah,
it was those two.
Those are the two guys that if Parks and Seneca East has their way, they'll want to get that. That's their playmakers. Get them the ball.
All right, Anthony, we're primed and ready. Are you ready? Is the question.
Yeah, week 7. I can't believe we're already here.
Other games in the area tonight include Buckeye Central at Cary, Mohawk at Winford, Crestline will play at St. Thomas Aquinas. Is that a Saturday game or is that tonight?
I don't know for sure. I don't want to say because I don't know.
Centerburg at Mount Gilead. Fredericktown at Loudonville. Ontario at Pleasant. River Valley at Shelby. Clear Fork at Harding, and Galleon at Highland.
A lot of good games.
Yep, our game over on WQEL, if you don't want to listen to us.
Don't chase them away.
Is Bucyrus at Upper.
Yep.
I think we'll have the better game. But we shall see.
There we go.
And you see, Zizzo kicks off. And it will be fielded by Schultz. He'll work his way to the right side. He's got some space down the sideline. He's tripped up at the 45-yard line. Is Ethan Schultz, and Seneca East, a great field position here to start this game tonight.
You know, last week Bucyrus returned the kickoff and got field position. Actually took a 6-0 lead. Of course, you know, it fell apart after that when Crawford got its feet under them. But a great start from the opening kickoff, about 40 yards for Seneca East. So let's see what they can do with this spread offense.
They'll start out on the right hash at their own 47-yard line. Beautiful field position here for the Tigers.
Big Jackson Gayhart in the backfield along with Parks.
Along with Parks. All black uniforms here for the Tigers. He'll roll out to the left. Now he works his way back to the right. He's got space. He picks up the first down into Crawford territory inside the 40-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds.
Jack Agee grabbed him, but not after a huge gain.
Yeah, Agee was able to shove him out. But like you said, Anthony, not before a big pickup there.
It's about 18 yards in a first down.
And that's where, you know, we talked about the air raid from Seneca East, but Parks can also run it himself.
Like I said, he's played receiver, a defensive back. He's obviously a good athlete, got some speed, and he showed it there. As you said, he started left, didn't like what he saw, came back right, and picked up 18 yards.
He'll be in the pistol set. Hand it to Gayhart, working his way towards the right side, inside the 35, lowers the shoulder down to the 30-yard line, and into the 25-yard line as well. And he's close to a first down.
He got 9 or 10 on that one, depending on the spot. But Seneca East is moving the football, and the fans here on the home side are loving it. Tiger faithful turning out, black and orange everywhere, and the Halloween themes on our screen and in the stands. And I like these all-black uniforms with the orange numbers. It's easy to see them.
That's all we ask for.
That's exactly all we ask for. First down.
It's a screen out towards the left to the 20-yard line, and I believe that was Young, and it was, making the catch, turning it up for a 5-yard gain.
Well, again, using your weapons. Gayhart running inside, going to Taylor Young on the outside, trying to keep, Colonel Crawford on its heels. That's the formula for success against Colonel Crawford. If you line up and run right at him, you're probably not going to have too much success.
Young and Schultz wide to the left. Beamer's wide to the right. They go with a 4 set on the wide receivers. Parks going to take it himself. Maybe 3 or 4 yards here for Parks, straight up the middle on the QB draw.
Went behind the center and the right guard, and as you said, got a couple of yards there.
But they have a couple of plays also to get a first down, and now it's only 3rd and 1. With 10:09 left here in the first quarter. Seneca East driving into the red zone. They're at the 16-yard line here of Crawford. Looking to strike first here tonight. Again, it's Schultz and Young wide to the left. Beamer wide to the right. They'll also send number 14, Aiden Zach, trips to the left here for the Tigers. Gayhart to the right. They'll screen it out. It's caught. Inside the 10, it's Young. And close to the 5-yard line before he spun out of bounds. And it will be a first down here for the Tigers.
Second catch for Young and second first down for Seneca East. Going to pick up about 10 on that one.
Yep, down to the 6.
Well, Seneca East having no problem moving the ball downfield using multiple weapons here on this opening drive.
Same setup, trips to the left. Beamer, the lone wide receiver, wide to the right. Gayhart in the backfield. They'll go Beamer's way on a quick slant, and it's tipped up and it's intercepted. Coming Crawford down the sideline, and this is Brady Hill.
Brady Hill. Wow.
Huge interception for Brady Hill. It was tipped up in the air by Beamer. And we'll see who was on the coverage there for Crawford, as that was Logan Goddard able to break that pass up, and it falls into the lap of Brady Hill, and he picks it off and takes it back to the 20-yard line, or close to it. past the 20-yard line to the 28.
What a huge defensive play. Just when it looked like that Seneca East would punch it in, defensive Colonel Crawford read that, and as you said, a good tip and a good interception, and they got the ball back.
So will be Baker.
Yep.
That wing T. He'll roll out to the right, dumps it to McMichael. Connor works his way towards the right hash, across the end. There's a fumble at the 30, and we'll see who has it. And are we going to have plays with back-to-back turnovers? Seneca East thinks they have it. No official word yet, as they continue to sort through the pile, and it looks like it will be Colonel Crawford football.
Crawford players say they have it, and I guess the referees agree. Looking at the OH report replay in front of us, it's on the far side. It was really hard to tell who fell on the football, but they're saying Crawford has it first down.
So it'll be up to the 41-yard line here for the Eagles.
About a 13-yard pickup there for Mr. Do-It-All. Connor McMichael said last week he had 6 touchdowns.
We'll look for him to probably get the run here, as they're going to line up under center once again. They'll send Dom Deem towards the right side. McMichael takes it off the right tackle. He's tripped up at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 here for Colonel Crawford. And it'll bring up second down and 6.
Boy, that interception, you just can't.
It's huge.
You just can't. They were poised to score, and just like that, Crawford stops them, and that's what good teams do, though, Jared.
And it wasn't necessarily a bad throw, Anthony. It was just great coverage by Goddard.
It was good tip, good coverage, and then the interception. Yeah, it absolutely was.
The Eagles go trips to the left here. 5 wide receiver set. Empty backfield with Holt in at quarterback. Looking to throw. Swings it out left side, and Foy makes the catch. Works his way to inside Seneca East territory. A little shake and bake to the 45, and they'll pick up the first down.
Another 10 yards. Pick up by Foy there on the reception. Foy's one of those guys you don't talk a lot about because you've got so many other weapons, but he's both ways. He does an awful lot. He's just kind of that quiet, unsung guy that, he'll come up and make a play, and you'll just realize, oh, he's had a pretty good game. But he doesn't get the attention that some of the other guys get.
So into Tiger territory. Holt again in the gun. Trips to the right. Holt takes it towards the left, works his way towards the right, and it's going to be a loss, as slipping up in the backfield is Parker Weithman. Just couldn't find his footing, and it'll be a loss of 2. Second down and 12, back to the 47.
So a completed pass, but a loss, and now, second and 12. So if you're Seneca East, they're on your side of the field. You got to stop him and not let him penetrate any further.
Again, a 3 wide receiver set here towards the left side. Connor McMichael to the left of Holt here in the backfield. And they'll feed it to him. Right side, they go towards the weak side, and he's spun down at the 45. And that Seneca East defensive line showed up on that one and able to bring down Connor McMichael. Only a gain of 2 there. Bring up third down and 9.
So far, they haven't, gassed him up the middle for a big gain, but.
Is this 4-down territory, though, right here, Anthony? At the basically 44.5-yard line.
It wouldn't surprise me.
We'll see. Obviously, it depends on what the third down play is. As they'll line up, it'll be Baker this time, who turns and feeds it to McMichael along the right side, and he's buried out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And it'll bring up fourth down. Actually, they're going to mark him all the way. Nope. There is a flag.
A late flag. I didn't even see it.
Now, the question here is, does Seneca East take it? And it looks like they are.
Oh, I think so. 10-yard holding penalty. I don't think you have much choice, do you?
And you still have a fourth down, but it's only 4th and 5 at that point. And
now it's
the way Crawford picks up first downs.
But now you're
now
looking
it's 3rd and 19.
Yeah.
They do have to get to the 35-yard line.
If I'm Seneca East, I like those chances a lot better.
Spread it out here for Crawford. They'll send everybody towards the left side. And they'll feed it to McMichael, who's stuffed.
Oh, my goodness.
Back at the 40.
didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, lost about 4 or 5 yards.
Just a pile of humanity there along that defensive line.
See if we can pick up the number of who made that initial stop. We kind of missed it on the replay, but
Not a great angle to be at here. We're not too high up.
Might have been 41 in there, but I'm not
Yeah, that would have been Schultz.
100% sure.
So they're going to punt.
4th and 21. That's.
And they'll barely get it away. It's a spiraling punt, fielded by Young back at the 21, works his way towards the left side. And he gets to the 30, and he's taken down by Rowan Through, but there is a nope, there's no flag. That's just a marker as to where he caught the football.
There you go. Nice little return of about 11 yards, and now, Seneca East to me kind of dodged a bullet there because they gave Crawford the ball, and then they bowed up and stopped them on defense and said, hey, we're not going to give you anything easy.
And they held firm on the running game.
Yeah,
McMichael
so far
break
they've
loose.
had. Yeah, we've got a couple games.
Now we see where that continues to grow.
It can wear them down,
the game.
absolutely, but so far their defense
But
is.
they were able to get off the field rather easily there with 5:33 left here in the first quarter. No score. Seneca East, their second possession, and they'll feed it to Schultz off the left side. Works his way down the left sideline. Schultz with some room to run. Or excuse me, this is Gayhart, I believe.
44. Ball came out, but I think he was down, Jarrett.
I think it was Schultz. It was Schultz on the carry.
32 yards, or whoever it was.
It was Schultz down to the 35. Yep, Gayhart came in late. Schultz and Gayhart both in the backfield with Parks. First and 10 from the 35 now here for the Tigers. Parks to throw, looking towards the right side, looking deep towards the end zone, out of the reach of Beamer's hands. As he was inside the 10, looking to make that catch, and just out of his reach, out of bounds. So run up 2nd down and 10. They took the shot after the big play.
Yep. I like that. I mean, they're being aggressive. That's, a confident team will do that.
And they've been able to run the ball against this Crawford defense, Anthony. Parks with a big run in the first drive, and now Schultz with a big run here in the second.
It's still early, but you're right. They have been.
Rolls towards the right, now throws back towards the left. Crawford all over it. And spun down is Young by Lucas Foy.
Going to get a gain of about 3 yards, maybe.
Yep. Actually, that was Beamer on the reception. 3rd down and 7.
They like that little screen to the left side there, whether it's Young or Beamer.
Beamer, the lone wide receiver towards the left. It's Zach, Young, and Schultz wide to the right. Gayhart in the backfield next to Parks, looking to throw again. Now he'll step up and he'll run it himself. Parks shakes it loose inside the 30, and I believe he got down to the 25 to pick up the first down.
He needed 7, he got 7, I believe.
And he did. The chains are moving along.
He's got
so
30,
Parks, a couple nice runs
He's
here.
got 34 yards on 3 carries, and we talked about him throwing the ball, but yeah, he immediately recognized that what he wanted wasn't there, kind of that run-pass option or whatever, and went right up the middle.
Trips to the right again. Beamer, the lone wide receiver, wide to the left. They'll toss it to Gayhart, working his way on the left hash. Now turns it up, puts his foot in the ground, and maybe gets 2 or 3 yards here, does Jackson Gayhart.
Dom Dean was in there.
I'll give him about 4, so 2nd down and 6, yes, to the So again, Seneca East continuing, to work it offensively.
On this side of the field, and,
Zach, Young, Schultz, they'll roll that way. Steps Rowan through back there in the coverage, and another opportunity there for Crawford to pick it off, and this time it falls to the grass, incomplete.
Was Thu, and who was fighting for that?
It was Young.
Young and
kind of had to play defense there.
Yeah. Both of those passes, the one
if
that was
he lobs it more towards the corner, Anthony.
Yeah. Just
instead of towards the inside more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just has to put a little bit more loft on it. So 3rd down and 6. Obviously 4-down territory here for the Tigers.
You know, we talked about Crawford running the ball and wearing out Seneca East. Spreading it out and throwing all these passes can wear a defense out the other way, too, chasing.
Exactly. QB draw again. And working his way, and Crawford was there to stuff it. I think he's going to be shy as he gets. They're going to say 5, so he is marked down at the 15-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 1. Anthony Pleasant scores first on Ontario.
There you
tonight.
go. Never know with the MOAC or the N10. And you know, Jarrett, the other thing, too, that this is doing, it's keeping the ball away from Crawford and their playmakers. Because, you know, it's not allowing them to get anything going.
They'll send Zach in motion. They'll feed it to Gayhart, trying to pile his way forward.
Bruner was there.
But Caden Bruner in there to make the first contact. Big, he called it there, Anthony.
Yeah, big number 76 was also in there. That's Brennan Reber, two-way player, a really good lineman. That's 2 of their studs.
That's something about Crawford. They've always had that line, and they've always been big guys.
Big, physical, and they can run.
That's a testament to the program and what,
Absolutely.
you know, before Coach Bruner, Coach Teglovic built.
Sure did, and, you know, you can just look at their kids and just tell they're built to play football.
2nd and 9, or excuse me, 2nd and 8 from the 9. Another screen pass. I think it's Zach on the catch inside the 5-yard line.
Is that 14?
Thought it was.
Aiden
Zach?
Zach?
Exactly. I don't know how I saw it, but I did.
Because you're a professional. What are they calling this, though? Are they saying he's...
They're down to the 5, so they'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
So a gain of about 3 on that one? Again,
actually, they're going to... No, it's ball on the 2, sorry.
Okay, so he got
Weird
more.
vantage point for us. So they can get a yard and pick up a 1st down, but it is 3rd down and 1. And Parks keeps it himself, goes, and he's short of the 1st down, yeah. I think, even. We'll see what the call is.
He dives in on the right side, and I mean...
It's 4th down.
He had 3 guys. Reber was in there.
McMichael was
in there. I mean, those are not the guys you want to run right at. Especially when you're 145 or so pounds soaking wet. But Parks is a tough kid. I've seen him wrestle and get thrown around on the mat. He's a pretty good kid.
They line up basically a fullback here beside Parks. We'll see if they head that way on the left side with the deep back. They will in the quarter.
Yeah, we're not going to get it off.
So let's walk all the way down to the other side, Anthony.
We won't walk, but they will. Heck of a start.
Quick first quarter. No score here from Seneca East as it's tied at 0 between the Tigers and the Eagles. You are listening to the McDonald's of Cyrus and Galleon Game of the Week here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and
punch it in, right?
Yeah, if you're Seneca East, you really want to capitalize here. I have a feeling if they don't score here, that's going to give Crawford a heck of a lot of momentum. So, you know,
this is their second opportunity of the night.
Yeah,
knocking on the door.
They've had the ball the majority of the first quarter.
Same formation. Gayhart, the eye back. They'll basically reverse it with Young. He turns the corner and dives towards the end zone. I think he's short of the goal line, but I think he got the 1st down, did he?
Well, he bobbled the pass, and I don't know what he almost fumbled it looking at the replay.
The official standing,
I don't know.
Feel like he got a 1st down at least. The officials are standing where it should be a 1st down.
Well, you're right. The vantage point, the angle is tough. It's going to be real close either way.
So they're going to turn it over.
Well,
it's almost like the officials thought that it was 4th and goal. I don't know about that play call, though, Anthony.
Well,
I don't know if I like it.
Taylor Young is a playmaker. You want to get it in your playmaker's hands. I can understand that. It wasn't well executed, that's for sure.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Colonel Crawford, standing in their own end zone. To McMichael on the handoff. He works his way maybe for a yard. That's going to be it here for McMichael.
Yeah,
And coming out of the bottom of the pile there was Derek Cornwell.
Yeah, we talked a little bit in the pregame about, Seneca East being kind of soft against the run. So far, they have not been. They have shut them down with about 7 yards net rushing so far after a quarter.
2nd down and 9. They do it again with McMichael, and this time he does find some room, and he will get the 1st down. Gives them a little bit of breathing room past the 10-yard line. And that time McMichael actually found some space.
He doesn't need much. For a big guy, he can get through the hole quickly, and so can Dom Dean for that matter. That's what makes him so dangerous.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line, 10:50 to play here in the first quarter. Still no score between Seneca East and Colonel Crawford. It will be Baker under center. And going in motion is Stu. And they'll work towards the left side with McMichael. Scampers his way down past the 35-yard line. And he shoved out of bounds at the 37.
So 23 yards on the game for McMichael. Just when we said they had him bottled up, he's got a couple and about ready to break one loose. That's the thing about Crawford. You can hold him, and all of a sudden they can take one to the house. And after that big stop on defense, that's what Coach Brenner, I'm sure, would like to see here.
Ball at the 37. It'll be 1st and 10. Again, through in motion. And a little mix-up in the backfield as Baker and McMichael kind of bumped into each other.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there, but
it'll be only a gain of 2 here for McMichael, or maybe a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9.
So he got a yard. I didn't really see for the replay, but they're doing a lot of motion and things, Jared, kind of like trying to throw Seneca East off. And then he just handed up the middle to McMichael. So it's kind of like
at least get your eyes as the
linebackers
kind of focused on somebody else.
It's kind of like,
by that time, McMichael's running right past
Make
you.
everybody look this way, and then we're going to run him right at you anyway. So Baker isn't a quarterback.
The wing T, Baker under center. This time it'll be Dean on the carry, working his way on the right side, lowers the shoulder. Up to the 45 is Dom Dean.
So he got about 8 on his first carry. And we saw Dom Dean at Buckeye Central the last 2 years, got hurt his sophomore year, didn't play the whole season, but when he transferred over, I said last week, getting him and getting Holt transferring in from the Worcester area, the rich got richer at Colonel Crawford. And,
indeed.
They already had great athletes, and they just added 2 more.
3rd down and 2 from the 45. Wing T again. Dean again. Left tackle picks up the 1st down, and it'll be spun down right at midfield is Dom Dean. And a 1st down here for Colonel Crawford.
So Dean picks up 5, and that's the 4th 1st down for Crawford unofficially.
9 minutes to play here in the first half.
Just a quick moving.
Don't say anything, Anthony.
Okay, I won't say what I was going to say. That it was not a slow-moving game.
No, stop it.
I didn't quite say it. I just alluded to it.
They'll bring Holden this time. Trips to the right. 5 wide receiver, empty backfield set. Across the middle, wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
And it is caught by John DeGray, and he will just roll into the end zone.
50 yards for big John DeGray. I mean to tell you, he did a slant, Jared, and we were as close to him up here in the box as the nearest Seneca East defender. Look at the replay. I mean, he's
wide open down the right hash.
He's a good 6 yards behind the linebacker. I'm not sure where the safety was, but my goodness, was he open. We saw John play some basketball last year along with his brother Payne. Again, 2 more great Crawford athletes are going to get the extra point attempt by Zizzo.
Foy will hold it. Joseph Zizzo with the extra point attempt, and he will knock it through. And it is a 7-0 game.
Just like that. Like we said, you hold them, and then boom, touchdown.
8:35 left here in the first half. It's Colonel Crawford 7, Seneca East 0. You are listening to the McDonald's W. Cyrus Gallion Game of the Week here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
This is Crystal.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Go to NCStateCollege.edu.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report, a 50-yard touchdown pass from Braden Holt to John DeGray.
Just like that, over the middle, wide open, and Colonel Crawford's up 7-0. And if you're Seneca East, you got to be obviously unhappy with that coverage, but they saw something, and he was wide open. And you see how Colonel Crawford can hurt you. They run the ball, and then a quarterback that hadn't thrown a pass tonight all of a sudden connects and 50 yards.
They'll squib it towards the right side, and it will roll out of bounds.
Yep.
And let's see how Seneca East responds, Anthony. They've had the ball in the red zone on both of their possessions. They've taken up a lot of time off the clock. They have the ball here, which might, at the rate that this game's going, it might be the last possession of the first half.
Well, it could be.
8:35 left in a half. And like I mentioned, they've had it down to the goal line twice now. And the first drive, intercepted by Brady Hill. Second drive, down to the 1-yard line, and they couldn't punch it in. So we'll see how they respond here from their own 35-yard line.
Taking their time getting out on the field.
There's the play clock.
Got Brett Martins, one of the linemen for Seneca East. Try to call some of those big fellas' numbers. Hunter Rathburn. We'll get to him.
Parks tosses it. Gayhart right side, cuts it back inside, and this might only be a gain of 1 here for Jackson Gayhart.
That was a big hit and another big, and
yeah, a couple of Crawford defenders in there. I know Jack Agee was in there.
Agee's very active. He's one of the leading tacklers, and I think 78 was in there, Payne DeGray. So we got a yard on that gain for Gayhart.
To pass. Parks chucks it down the seam, and it's tipped up and incomplete. Intended for Ethan Schultz, and it falls to the grass.
That was a long pass that young Mr. Parks threw there.
He's got an arm. We know that for sure, but he was open and had a step on the defender and just unable to come down with it.
He's one of those 3-sport athletes, football, baseball, wrestling. He's I think there's much that the Parks boys can't do, but we'll see here. 3rd and 9.
Third down and 9 from their own 36-yard line. 7:52 left here in the first half. It'll be Parks with trips to the left. Lone wide receiver is Young, wide to the right, and we're going to have our first timeout.
Yep.
We'll take one as well. It is 7-0. Colonel Crawford, 7:52 left here in the first half. You listen to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report. Anthony Conchel. Seneca East facing their most critical third down of the night at 3rd and 9 from their own 36-yard line. And you know they're going to air it out here, Anthony. But they've had a couple opportunities in the red zone, haven't punched it in. Now looking to convert a 3rd and 9 from their own 36, and they'll send 3 wide here to the left. Lone wide receiver wide to the right. Parks rolls to the left, stops, and lobs it towards the sideline. It is caught. There's a flag in the backfield. I think this is going to be a roughing the passer call. It's short of the first down on the catch. And we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, he was clearly tackled after he released the football.
It is roughing the passer.
By one of the Crawford defenders. So
they got it to the 44-yard line and then tack on another 15 after that. And an automatic first down.
So on the gain, it was
8.
Okay. Who caught that?
It was. That's a good question. It wasn't Young, but I believe that it was Beamer.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Beamer. 5th first down for Seneca East, regardless.
And the ball's all the way to the Crawford 41-yard line. They'll send Young in motion towards the right side. They'll stop. They'll pitch it back to him on the counter play, and he goes down the sideline inside the 30, and finally shoved out of bounds. Was Logan Goddard shoving him out of bounds, but not before Taylor Young picks up another first down here for the Tigers.
And that's the thing, as I said earlier, you want to get the ball in his hands any way you can, Jared.
Beautiful play call.
Yeah,
Anthony.
13 yards by Young.
That's something I'd like to see Ohio State run tomorrow.
A little trickeration?
Yeah, I like that play call.
I like when coaches aren't afraid to try stuff, you know?
They'll fake the toss towards the left side to Gayhart. He was out in the flat. They looked deep down the left side, but covered was Young. And then Parks pretty much just kind of threw it away at the feet of his receiver.
Parks 5 of 8 so far, but yeah, it's you know, you've got some weapons for Seneca East. It's just a matter of how you deploy them. You got Gayhart and so.
2nd down and 10 from the 29.
I'm sure Crawford is prepared for that all week.
7:16 left here in the first half. Young will go in motion towards the left side. Again, they'll toss it to him. This time Crawford's all over it as he tried to go towards the right side on the same exact play. And this time Crawford says, "We got you." Says, "Fool me once,
yeah,
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me."
That might be going to the well a little too quick again. So a loss for Young on that one of about, how many yards there?
Loss of 2, I'm going to say.
Yep.
3rd down and 12. Now, is that technically a pass because he tosses it underhand?
I guess it is. I've always get so confused with that, to be honest with you.
Parks again. They'll reverse it to Young, working his way down the left side, and he's not going to have the first down as they reverse it again. This time they'll toss it behind, but Young picks up about 3 or 4 yards, and he'll be shy of the first down or bring up 4th down and about 7. Maybe a 5-yard gain, but
14 into the game for Seneca East. That's
Zach. They'll be split out in the slot to the right. They'll send 4 wide to the right side of the field. Beamer, the lone wide receiver, towards the left. He'll roll that way. Stops, throws it across the middle, and it's caught, and a first down. He fired that pass in there. And it was, I think, Beamer on the catch. We'll see if he comes out. I think it was Beamer.
So about a 14-yard catch there, Jared.
5:40 to play here in the first half. Colonel Crawford leading 7-0. Park steps up. He's going to run on him.
All Ohio defensive end. Doesn't matter what number he wears, 34.
To the 11, 2nd down and 9.
And I don't want to say they have to score here, Jared, but if you're Seneca East, you can't come up empty for a 3rd time. You've got to make something
that kind
happen.
of deflates you.
Especially going into halftime. You score here and tie this game up, changes everything.
There'll be a pistol formation. Gayhart rolls to the left. They'll lob it out there in the flat. Gayhart works his way to the 10, and this might have only gotten right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a yard or two, and that's going to be it.
So 3rd down. And that's, things condense when you get into the red zone. You can't spread it out and run that air raid as much as you would.
And that's, I think, why they're trying to look for a little bit of, not necessarily trick plays, but ways to get their guys the ball in space.
Get your athletes the ball.
Yeah. I mean, you can run Gayhart up the middle, but, again, that defense of Crawford is so stout. I think you're doing the right thing by trying to spread them out, make them.
Looking to the right. Now weaves his way to the left, throws it across the middle, into the end zone, caught, touchdown. And Aiden Zach on the touchdown catch.
10 yards.
And we're an extra point away from tying this one up.
Well, I tell you, if you watch the replay, he kept this play alive, Jared, until that receiver came open.
And he worked his way back.
He spun his way back exactly toward the short side of the field, and Zach turned around in the end zone and said, hey, I'm open, and he put the ball right there.
He did a beautiful job of working his way back towards the middle of the field. And now he'll hold.
Beamer, I believe, is their kicker, if I don't remember.
It is number 12,
Okay.
Aiden Bame, on the extra point. Trying to tie this thing up, and he will knock it through and tie this game at 7. 4:05 left here in the first half. It's Seneca East 7, Colonel Crawford 7. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is getting a local person, some families. We're the hometown people.
Four. I saw a 7 or a 1, or I said those numbers easy to read, but as it starts to get darker and the angle, it makes it a little tougher. But good coverage, and again, Crawford starting at their 23-yard line. They have got to work for everything tonight. They did hit that long pass, but they haven't shown that they can sustain a drive. But didn't have to. But let's see what they can do with just under 4 minutes to go.
3 timeouts left for them, 2 for Seneca East. And they'll give it to McMichael. It is Baker in there at quarterback, and he's tripped up for a yard. I think it was Justin Ryder in there on the tackle.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Justin Ryder is one of the leading tacklers, not only for his team, but in the N10.
Switched his number to 50.
These kids should not be allowed to switch numbers without checking with us. The rosters.
Fully, we were told before the game.
Well, you were, and I saw DeGray last week against Bucyrus, so I knew that 34 was out and 76 was in. So
78.
Or 78, I'm sorry, yeah. See, I don't even remember.
It'll be Holt back in to throw. They send a couple deep, and he just throws it away.
Yeah, he had coverage, and, he just tossed it toward the Seneca East sideline, one of the coaches, closest receiver. I don't know if it was – I have to look at the replay here on the OH Report.
Parks almost got a foot in there,
I was going to say, no replay, I'm sorry. I'll make up my own replay. I think he was thrown over there, and Parks came over, and now it's 3rd and about 8, so you got to do something here or be forced probably to punt.
Still with 3:14, that's plenty of time for the Tigers. It'll be Holt in the gun, 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left as well. Ryder comes in with the pressure, but they throw the wide receiver screen, and Seneca East was set up and ready. They throw it out to Dom Dean, and it falls to the grass, incomplete.
So incomplete to Dean, and that brings up 4th down, Jared. Great defensive stand.
The defensive line read that from the get-go, Anthony. They could sense that Crawford wasn't going to block, and then they kind of backed off. Young and Parks standing back at the 40-yard line, set to receive this punt. And it is end over end, and it will bounce to the 43, sideways out of bounds.
32-yard punt, no return.
So Seneca East still with plenty of time. 3:02 left here in the half. And Anthony, here's where, now you can change that momentum back to your side. And now Crawford might be a little deflated if you punch it in.
Yeah, I mean, you're at home.
There will be Crawford football coming out after halftime.
Right.
But if you're Seneca East, you're looking for a score, obviously.
You're at home. You gave up that long pass, but now you're right back in the game. I think, momentum in high school sports is a big deal, and we'll see what they can do. They've got plenty of time to do it.
Pistol set here for the Tigers. Gayhart with a head full of steam, and he'll get to the 45.
Reber was in there, and somebody else, I think maybe it was
big number 76.
Yeah, that's Reber. I think 78 was in there also. DeGray, 23 was in the neighborhood. That's Tyson Lyle. This right side of this Crawford defense is just loaded with guys that can put you down.
2nd down and 7 from the 46. Parks looking to pass. Slings it up the left side. He's looking for Beamer. Jump ball. Incomplete. And he's looking for a flag, and there it comes.
Oh, a late flag, and Coach Bruner's not going to be happy. That was a late flag. I'm not saying it was or wasn't, but it came in awful late. Okay.
I don't know, but
yeah, it's hard
to
tell
close.
without seeing it again. It's really hard to say, but now they're going to walk it back. Okay, yep, it's against Crawford. They're saying that. They're going to walk it off from the 46, so that should put it at about the what, Jared, about the 39-yard line or so?
Mm-hmm.
See how good my math is in my head.
Your math is spot on.
Oh, my goodness. See, when you get older, sometimes you get sharper. I don't know how that's
Where'd
possible.
you go to school, Anthony?
West Virginia University, my friend. Okay, so that's 15-yarder against Crawford. That's 30 yards in penalties in the first half against Crawford. That's not something that...
Yeah, they're going to toss it to Gayhart, who eludes a defender in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And pushes his way to the 40, or excuse me, the 38, just to gain him 1.
Yeah, still talking about the penalty. That's something that Coach Bruner... last week they had some penalties against Bucyrus early on, so I'm sure he's going to remind his squad about playing a cleaner, better football game. Because, look, Crawford has the talent. There's no question about that. But as we've seen tonight, so does Seneca East.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Parks swings it out, and it's incomplete. Screen pass, and it looked like it was out too far in front of the intended receiver. I couldn't tell if that was for
No, it was for 40.
Young.
It was for 40. It was for 41 Schultz, I
Schultz?
believe. Yeah, I believe Schultz was in the vicinity. So incomplete, but
So 3rd down and 10 with 1:43 left here in the half.
well,
This will be interesting here because if they don't gain anything, do you risk going for it at this point with giving the ball back to Crawford with 3 timeouts? You probably punt it away.
if I'm standing on the Seneca East sidelines with the final call, I punt the ball away.
Yep.
And make them beat you by going 80 or 90 yards. Don't give them a short field. This team is too good for that.
And obviously they want to pick up the 1st down anyways, and we're going to have a timeout.
Yep.
We'll take one as well. Tied at 7, 1:43 to play here in the first half. We'll be right back.
So, Jordy, we have no...
Need to send one?
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on WBCO in the OH report. 3rd and 10 here for the Tigers. Looking to throw. Chucks it down the hash. Wide open. Caught inside the 10 and spun down close to the goal line. Bryler Beamer on the catch. They found him. He shook loose. And they're down to the 1.
38 yards and a first down. Wow. And actually, if it's not underthrown, it's probably a touchdown. He had to kind of come back and wait on him a little bit. He'd have been in the end zone easily. He had the defender beat.
Well, screw the punt, they said.
We're debating whether they were going to punt. They don't have to. They're going to try to
They said you're getting to the end of the play clock.
Look, you've got 4 shots here, Jared.
From the 1, and they're going to punch it in on the first one regardless. Touchdown.
Is that Gayhart? Yes, 41?
Nope. 41. I think it was Ethan Schultz.
Schultz on the run. Okay.
Ethan Schultz.
On a 1-yard run.
Yep, 1-yard run.
It was Beamer on the long catch, wasn't it?
Yep. Beamer made the catch.
And Schultz with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Seneca East with a lead with under a minute to go in the half.
And in to attempt the extra point is Bame. And again, it is up and it is good.
Wow.
Seneca East with the lead, 14-7, 59 seconds to play here in the first half. We'll be right back.
The Frank House family.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Along with the OH report, Jared Moore, Anthony Conchel here from Seneca East High School. 59 seconds remain here in the first half. And the Tigers have a 14-7 lead thanks to Ethan Schultz's 1-yard touchdown run. Bryler Beamer, though, the play before that with a 38-yard catch to get him down to the 1-yard line. Bame's kick is squibbed, and it pops up in the air, fielded by Foy at the 25. He works his way back to the right, and he's taken down.
And boy, these special teams of Seneca East. Who was that young man?
25. That one was number 34, Derek Cornwell.
Derek Cornwell's been in on a couple of plays. Well, you got to be impressed with Seneca East kick coverage and special teams. And just overall, Jared, you know, I thought this would be a really close game. You know, probably most people favored Colonel Crawford, but this has been, a really exciting first half. And Seneca East has done just about everything right.
14-7.
You take away that long pass over the middle, and they played almost a perfect game.
Colonel Crawford still with a chance with 3 timeouts, 53 seconds.
Absolutely they do.
They'll toss it, and this is Thu working his way. Now he's going to reverse this field back to the right. Seneca East, though, will corral him as he ran about 50 yards to gain 2.
Yeah,
was Rowan Thu.
Thu decided he was going to cut back, and
he didn't get out of bounds, Anthony, so they're going to have to take a timeout.
Wow. Well, 33 seconds, and you got about 73 or so yards to go for a touchdown, and, you know, unless you dial up another long pass or you can break one of your running backs into the open field, you're going to trail at halftime.
Yeah, so a reminder, the American League Central Division champion Cleveland Guardians will begin postseason play tomorrow against the Detroit Tigers. Because of the Buckeyes on the radio at the same time, we will not be able to broadcast Game 1 tomorrow, but we will pick up Games 2, 3, and 4 next week. So good luck to the Cleveland Guardians.
And don't forget tonight after the game, what are you supposed to tell them, Jared?
You go ahead.
Call the phone board. Talk to Davy Jones about high school football, Ohio State football, 419-562-2222. Out of town, 1-888-843-0024. Davey lives for Friday Night Phone Board. He'll be looking for scores from all over North Central Ohio. Give Davey a call tonight after the game.
I was more concerned about the playoffs, but
Yeah, I wanted to see that too, but, we can watch it on
Baker
TV.
tosses it to Foy, gets the first down, and then scampers out of bounds.
And we can still watch it on TV, but yeah, pretty exciting for the Guardians.
Yep, and Ohio State football tomorrow, 3:30 against the Iowa Hawkeyes. And we will join the network at 2 o'clock for the pregame. So a lot happening in Ohio sports. And, of course, we're in week 7 right now for high school football as the playoffs nearing.
And we've got so many teams ranked right now in the top 16, including the 2 on the field right now.
They're going to spread it out. Holt will throw it again, and it's caught. And out of bounds is Parker Weithman.
It's a little out route there. What did he get, about 10?
Yeah, they gave him the first down to the 48. 22 seconds left here in the first half. Seneca East leading 14-7, but Crawford, and obviously Seneca East is playing a little bit of a prevent defense here. Kind of backed off a little bit, but you don't want to give them too much space. 4 wide receiver set, empty backfield again. He's being chased is Holt. Rolls towards the right hash, throws on the run, it's picked off.
Number 8.
Ryler Beamer.
Ryler Beamer not only makes a long catch to set up the touchdown, he thwarts the Colonel Crawford attempt for a game-tying touchdown with 14 seconds to go. Wow.
So Seneca East with 14 seconds left in the half. Do they try anything fancy here?
No.
Only one timeout.
No.
You take a knee?
Take a knee and go into the locker room.
Well,
I'm an old-school conservative coach. You don't want to be messing around, getting cute and doing stuff like that. Just take the knee.
All right.
I'm just, you asked me. That's what
I
I'm doing.
asked you.
You might do something else because you're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're going to spread it out.
You can take a chance. I just wouldn't. Not against a good team like Colonel Crawford.
They're going to throw.
And that's why I'm not coaching.
They're going to take that chance. Beamer deep and falls down. And this time they're going to say they all slipped and fell, and they're going to say no flag. Incomplete.
Now, the reason that could have worked is if you get a pass interference call there, then you look like a genius. But look, Ed Phillips and Jake Bruner have coached football a lot more than I have. So that's the call they made, and I'm not going to second guess them. But I'm just saying I would have been more conservative and just, go into the locker room. But, hey, that shows you have confidence in your kids, though. You can look at it that way, too. 8
and
seconds
it looks
to
like
go.
now they're going to play it conservative.
Well, yep, that'll do it.
And take the knee and take us into the locker rooms. What a first half here from Seneca East. Mainly, what a second quarter for Seneca East and Colonel Crawford. Crawford struck first on a 50-yard touchdown pass from Braden Holt to John DeGray. Seneca East would answer on the next drive with a 10-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Zach. And then Seneca East took the lead with about a minute to go when Ethan Schultz would run it in from 1 yard out. So stay tuned for the Ohio News Network halftime show. Stay with the OH Report for the bands. And when we come back, we'll recap that first half, give you some stats as well. Our score at halftime is Seneca East 14, Colonel Crawford 7. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go. Friday night lights. Get hype. It's Friday night. Friday night lights. Get hype. Here we go now. Friday night lights. Get hype. It's Friday night. Friday night lights. Get hype. Here we go now.
Batten down the hatches because the storms are brewing on our field. This 1984 hit flew away the charts in 9 countries and became a rock staple. Prepare to be swept away by the Scorpions' wall of sound that rock you like a hurricane. Let's hear it for your 2024 Colonel Crawford Eagle Marching Band. Attention, both Colonel Crawford and Seneca East bands. Tomorrow night, Saturday, October 5th, the Colonel Crawford Marching Band will be hosting the first annual Colonel Crawford Marching Band Festival December in the Thicket. Thank you, folks. Northmore, Millard, the Hogs, and Seneca East will be performing. Come out and support these bands on Saturday, October 5th. Gates open at 5:30. Performances start at 7 p.m.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight performing is the Seneca East High School Band under the direction of Mr. Tyler Schultz, Senior Field Commander Carmen Schreiner, and Junior Field Commander Maddie Smith. We now introduce the Seneca East Tiger Pride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick off our performance with a classic rock favorite. Written by Robert Lahm, this song captures the essence of a late night experience, reflecting the struggles and inspiration of writing music in the early hours. Its catchy horn riffs and powerful melodies have made it a timeless staple in the world of rock. Coming to you from the legendary band Chicago, here's 25 or 624. Up next, we have a modern pop anthem that's sure to get everyone moving. Here's Shake It Off by the one and only Taylor Swift. This energetic song is all about resilience and shaking off negativity, reminding us to embrace who we are and not listen to and not let criticism hold us back.
But their defense has really play.
And I think what I talked about, I wasn't giving maybe Seneca East enough credit for their defense just based on previous games. But you're right, they kept the ball away from Crawford. And when I run through these numbers, you're going to be a little bit surprised. Colonel Crawford, 13 carries for 64 yards, 4 out of 6 passing, combined Baker and Holt for 82 yards, for a total of 146 yards of total offense. 6 first downs, 3 penalties, for a total of 30 yards. Again, these are all unofficial. And when you look at Seneca East, 8 first downs, 14 carries for 107 yards rushing, and passing, Parks is 11 of 14 for 91 for 198 yards of total offense. So 198 to 146. Crawford has 50 yards less in offense than Seneca East. I don't know when last time that's happened. To maybe the Mohawk game back, a few weeks ago. But yeah, Seneca East has kept the football, and a couple times, that long pass that hurt them. But they've had a couple of stops and there's an interception, and they've played a really good game. Crawford has, or Seneca East, I believe, has no penalties also. So, they played a pretty good all-around game, and that's why it's 14-7 here at halftime.
Yeah, and, kind of the difference has been that Crawford does have a couple penalties. They get that holding call when it would have been 4th and 5 instead of 4th and 20. And then they also have the huge pass interference call, which, it's debatable, but it is.
It was called, and the thing about it is, too.
I don't think you can either way, though.
No, and the thing of it is, it's not always a number of penalties, it's when they happen. And those were both just very ill-timed penalties.
Yeah, it's not like they've just been stacking up the penalties. It's just like you said, it's the timing of the penalties in the game. And at those 2 points, it was a crucial time in the game.
And Jake Bruner, his program that they built, and even before him, as you said, Coach Tegovic, they're built on running, smart, clean, efficient offenses and defenses. Not a lot of penalties, not a lot of turnovers. So I'm sure that's plenty for them to talk about at halftime. If you're Seneca East and Ed Phillips, you got to be kind of happy in that locker room thinking, hey, they came in here probably favored, and, the first quarter was kind of scoreless, but, man, we answered back in that second quarter.
Yeah, and it's been, just a dominant kind of performance. I mean, if you're looking at Crawford, they technically could be down 28-7.
Or at least 21.
Or at least 21.
I mean, there were a couple opportunities, what you're referring to, the things that they didn't capitalize on, right? If they capitalize on those things, then, yeah, it could be, a bigger score. I don't want to say Crawford is lucky to only be down 7, but sort of in a way they are.
Their defense did get the stop down there, though, on 4th and 1. And they were able to make that stop and then turn that into points. I believe it was on that same drive. They have that 99-yard touchdown drive, Anthony.
And that 50-yard pass. But, again, if you look at the numbers, none of the statistics don't tell the whole story, but other than that 50 yards, they've only got about 90 yards of offense. So I'm sure that's not what they hoped for coming in, a team that's averaging 40 or 50 yards a game in offense. And, even Connor McMichael has only got 42 yards on 9 carries.
And the thing is, though, Anthony, they haven't had the ball.
No.
They really haven't. But, as the Seneca East band plays Cleveland Rocks, which hopefully, Cleveland can take that and, go in. They've had a long time off, Anthony, so hopefully Cleveland can pick up some wins. But reminder to tune into those games over on WQEL. We'll at least have games 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Game 2 is Monday, I believe, at 3 o'clock.
Trying to look up some out-of-town scores and having some internet connections.
Yeah, there's not a lot of internet availability here currently. But, Anthony, just to kind of continue on that for Crawford, I mean, they have the ball first here, so they can take that momentum right back.
Colonel Crawford wants to come out, go back to its bread and butter, Dom Dean, Connor McMichael, run the daggone football. I mean, that's what they're built on. That's what they're based on. That's how they got to be 5-1. They don't need to come out and go crazy and start throwing bombs. They will come out and try to reestablish the run game and hope, from their perspective, that they can wear down Seneca East a little bit. Because, again, Seneca East has been susceptible to the run. So far in this game, they have been great. But historically, over the last 6 games, looking at those numbers, they've struggled. So maybe their thinking is, okay, we didn't get much in that first half, but we're going to come out in the second half and we're going to do some things different. Here's some out-of-town scores if you want them real quick. Centerburg 20, Montgilead 6, Hopewell Loudon 44, Willard nothing, Margaretta 3, Calvert 0, Sandusky over Norwalk 28-0, Lexington 7, West Holmes 6, North Baltimore 19, Ridgedale 7, Columbian trails Clyde 10-7, Clear Fork 7-0 over Marion Harding, Upper 35, Bucyrus 12. These are all halftime scores. And Ontario 14, Pleasant 7. So
that's really surprising.
Spartans are giving Bogpen Miller and the Ontario Warriors all they wanted. Fredericktown 20, Loudonville 7, Mapleton 21, South Central 6, and Danville leads Cardington 26-8. Crestview all over Plymouth 34-0, and Mohawk 17, Winford 7.
Oh, that's another surprising score as well. And
Buckeye Central, did we go past that?
Yep.
Cary 35, Buckeye Central 7.
That's another one that's surprising. Highland.
Highland 20. Highland 21, Galleon 7. This will be 3 straight losses for Galleon after a great start.
Spun out here a little bit,
and you can expect it against Ontario and Shelby, but Highland was down at the bottom of toward the bottom of the MOAC, so that's kind of surprising. Not sure what happened over there. But yeah, those are some of the scores we're keeping an eye on, and of course it's 14-7 here in favor of Seneca East. And look, you've got a whole half to play. If you're Seneca East, you don't want to get too cute and comfortable and we got this in the bag, because you don't. You got Colonel Crawford over there, and they've got a lot of wins in recent years, and they've been behind before. It's not like they haven't. So I think we'll have an interesting and entertaining, hopefully, second half as much as we did in the first half.
All right, with that, we'll take a timeout here on WBCO and the OH Report. At the half, it's Seneca East 14, Colonel Crawford 7. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back here on WBCO and the OH Report. Jared Moore, Anthony Conchel here with you from Seneca East High School as the Tigers have a 14-7 lead here to start this second half over Colonel Crawford. And it will be Colonel Crawford football to start the second half. So, a great second quarter, a fast first quarter, and we'll see what the rest has in store. And this ball game has been tremendous so far here tonight. And the fans showed out. Obviously, a lot of crowd here on both sides tonight.
And Seneca East got those 14 points. I'm just looking at your little roundup there, scoring summary. The last 4 minutes and 5 seconds, they put those 14 points on the board. And Crawford may be a little bit shell-shocked, but, I'm sure they got themselves readjusted at halftime, like we said, and we'll see what they can do to start the game, or start the half.
14-7, Seneca East. Bain to kick it off. End over end. It'll be Lucas Foy fielding it back at the 15-yard line. Works his way to the 20, to the 25. Working his way towards the left side of the field, across the 30 to the 35-yard line before he's dragged down. And that's where Colonel Crawford will take over, is the 35-yard line. So decent field position here for the Eagles. And let's see what they have in store offensively. You know, you were kind of sounding like Tim there a little bit on our halftime show, as say run the dang football.
Well, I mean, that's what they do. That's their, that's what they've done so far well this year, and I'm sure that's what.
But they also have a 50-yard touchdown pass, conversely.
They do.
It will be Peyton Baker to start the second half here at quarterback for Colonel Crawford. Connor McMichael lined up in the backfield behind him. He's in the shotgun. Dom Dean moves in motion towards the right side. They turn, feed it to McMichael, right tackle. He'll have a burst of speed towards the outside. Across midfield, down the sideline, and tiptoes out of bounds. And there is your guy, Connor McMichael.
17 yards, so.
And they'll mark him down at the 49 officially. Still into Seneca East territory, one play.
First down, number 7 for Crawford, and there you go. Ground and pound. That's what they're going to do to get back in this thing, and we'll see if Seneca East can continue their, the good defensive effort we saw in the first 24 minutes when they pretty much shut that running game down. Got Weithman way over here.
Yep. 2 wide receivers towards the left. John DeGray also on this side. They'll hand it off again, and McMichael again powers his way across the 45 to the 43.
So 6 more yards for McMichael.
Second down and 4. And you can see they're kind of running it with authority here to start this second half. Trying to make a statement drive here in this game. I could probably see it might not have been a pleasant experience in that locker room at halftime, but he also probably got his point across as well.
Walker Kramer, 50. Luke Chrisman, 52. Those are the big fellas up front that were paving the way for McMichael on that run. Oh, I'm sure Coach Brunner got his point across.
They'll send Dean in motion. Again, McMichael towards the right side. This time he's wrapped up and taken down back at the line of scrimmage.
Great read and react again by Seneca East.
And this is
41. Is that Schultz in there?
I think it was. This is a spot.
Well, still a loss.
They put the ball right at the line of scrimmage. I thought he probably lost a yard.
Going to say no gain.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5.
Still excellent pursuit by Seneca East to bottle him up. And that's the thing. You can't let Dean or McMichael get to that second level because they'll just run through you. If you can wrap them up near the line of scrimmage, you got a better chance.
Baker looking to throw, swings it down the right side. It's high and incomplete. Intended for Dom Dean down that right side, and he just throws it a little too high.
Dom was there.
Stopped right at the sticks, turned, planted, and just a simple hitch route, Anthony, and Baker just threw it too high. Now that's where I say you have 2 quarterbacks. Can you get in a rhythm when you keep taking them in and out?
Going to bring up a 4th and 5, and they're going to punt the ball away. So if you're Seneca East, got to be happy with that defensive stand. They gave up a few yards, but tightened it up when they needed to.
Logan Goddard to punt. They'll run up, end over end. It will be Parks working his way over there, takes it off the bounce, gets down the right sideline. Nicholas Parks across the 40 before he's shoved out of bounds at the 42.
Can you say fearless?
I mean, just runs up like an outfielder and fields it on the hop.
5'9", 145 pounds soaking wet, and he just runs right at you. Gotta love that.
So Seneca East set up with great field position at the 43.
I mean, they've had good field position, multiple times tonight, Jared, and that's been part of their success. They haven't had to really go on those 70 and 80-yard drives. And
so 10:05 left here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca East leading 14-7. They'll swing it out in the flat. It'll be Young making the catch, turning it up across the 45. And Caden Bruder in there on the tackle, along with Logan Goddard. And a short gain and a short pickup to bring up 2nd down and 8.
So 2 yards for Young. He's got 5 catches for only 16 yards, but he's also got a couple of carries. And
Crawford has done a decent job of bottling him up.
Yeah. but they move him around and they try to get him the ball in different ways, creatively, and that's.
They'll stack it up again. Again, the bubble screen out towards the right, tiptoes along the sideline, and then ran out of bounds by John DeGray at midfield. They're going to say he got across midfield to the 48 of Colonel Crawford, and now it'll be 3rd down and 1 here for the Tigers.
So a gain of 7, 3rd and 1, and
they'll stack it on the right side. Quarterback keeper, 1st down and a little bit more. Gets across the 45.
Fumble.
Ball came loose, and I think he fell right back on top of it.
He did. Boy, oh boy, that was
lucky for Seneca East. Yeah, it popped out there at the end, and then he just kind of dove right back on top of it.
So a 1st down.
Ball
fumble,
at the 43.
A recovery, and a 3-yard gain, all on that one little play.
Empty backfield again. They'll stack 4 on the right side. They're going to send some deep. Parks being collapsed in the backfield, and he's dropped for a loss, and it was a sack.
Caden Bruner.
Caden Bruner, the first one.
Tice Lyle. And possibly.
I think it was number 76.
Yeah, that's
and
Reber.
That was
that's Reber.
Brennan Reber.
Those are 3 guys you don't want to see coming at you. Any one of them, let alone all 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's a trifecta of horror right there. So a loss
of 9, loss of 9, back to the 49, their own 49. They have to get to the 33-yard line for a 1st down. 2nd down and 19.
Yeah, long ways to go.
Young goes in motion towards the right side. They'll fake the pitch. Nope, they'll give him the pitch. Now he'll reverse his field, and he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah. Try a little
drop maybe for a 1-yard loss.
Try a little trick, and you're not going to fool Crawford too often. You might get him.
You're not going to fool Payne DeGray either, and he's the one who came up and made the tackle.
Yeah, you might fool him on occasion, but you can't run that as a steady bread and butter type of thing. They're going to snuff it
Like
up.
I said, you got it once in the first half.
Yeah.
You tried it on the very next play, just going the other way.
The thing about them is they've got smart, tough football players. DeGray, Bruner. Coaches, kids. These guys know football.
So 3rd and 19 from their own 49. Parks rolls towards the right. Pressure coming. Steps up. Slings it down the hash. It's dropped by Young.
Goodness.
He had it right into his hands at the 15-yard line. Taylor Young. Here's the replay, Anthony.
He had a step on Rowan Thu, and just off the fingertips. Thanks to the OH.REPORT instant replay, which I love. I need that at home for everything, like replay and always. but no, that was a well-thrown ball just off his fingertips.
Yep, here we go again. Watch it again. Just a beautiful throw there, and right into the hands. That was right in the bucket, and he dropped it.
Oh boy, if they can hit that.
Parks punts it, and it's blocked.
Oh, and Parks went down hard. He's not moving. He's grabbing his leg.
That was not good at all. They're going to say they got a piece of it. Did Reber?
Well, Reber ran into him, but did he get the ball? Let's look.
They run that basically out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
They usually back up a little bit further, and that time Reber just ran right into him. We're going to take a timeout. 7:22 left here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca East leading 14-7. We'll be back.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Report. Nicholas Parks able to stand up
and
walk off the field, and that is great to see. Has a limp to him, but The good thing is he was able to walk off, and he took a hard hit. We'll watch it here again.
Took a hard hit to the lower body, and
they said that they got a piece of this on the punt. I don't know.
It's hard
Anthony.
to tell. Maybe he did, but it went almost 40 yards even with the bounce. So
they'll be down to the 9, and like I said, he was able to get up and walk off. So hopefully he'll be able to
keep an eye on him. He's right down here in
He's
front of us on the trainer's table, getting looked at. He's a tough kid. I've made several references to the fact that he's a wrestler, and you know, for 140 pounds, they get their money's worth out of this young man.
So 1st and 10. Here for Colonel Crawford from their own 9. 7:22 left here in the third quarter. And they will run it towards the right, and diving forward here is Connor McMichael. Gets to the 14, a gain of 5.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 5.
First Federal.
6:57 to go here in the quarter. And the gun, and this is Baker. Turns, hands it McMichael again, finds a seam. McMichael across the hash. McMichael with space. Down the sideline, one man to beat. Inside the 40, inside the 30, cuts it back inside the 25. Touchdown, Connor McMichael.
87 yards.
And Colonel Crawford is an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, we said you bottle them up, and sooner or later, Connor McMichael broke one. You saw a combination of speed and power on that one, Jared. He's deceptively fast.
And he has put the team on his back here in this third quarter. And it'll be an extra point attempt here for Zizzo. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good as well. And we're tied at 14. 6:33 left here in the third quarter. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
Dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Number.com.
At 14 here, 6:33 left in the third quarter.
91 yards in 2 plays, including 87 yards by McMichael on the touchdown run. So.
Yep, Connor McMichael, an 87-yard touchdown run, and good sight to see. It looks like Nicholas Parks he's got his helmet on, looking to go back in after this
They were
kickoff.
wrapping looked like his right leg, and he kind of jogged around. Looks like he's okay, which is good to see.
End over end, fielded by Schultz to the 25, and he's tripped up there across the 25. And that's where Seneca East will come out. After the touchdown run by McMichael, we'll see what they have offensively.
And, you know, Jared, Parks' whole game is based on speed, quickness, mobility, scrambling.
How can he be affected by this?
Exactly.
Is it an adverse effect? And, you know, we'll see how he faces this adversity.
Absolutely. That's what sports is all about.
Tied at 14, 6:28 to go here in the third.
Overcoming the big A adversity.
So mark it at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. And guess what? Parks is going to run it on the first play. He'll get to the 30, maybe a 2-yard gain.
That may be just a play just to kind of test him and make sure he's okay. Kind of get that first hit out of the way. You know what I'm saying?
And he looks pretty good at the moment. So
he's a resilient young man, like I keep referring to. He's not the biggest guy out there, but He's as tough as nails.
2nd down and 8. It'll be Gayhart to the right, Schultz to the left of Parks in the gun. 2 wide receivers wide to the right. Parks to throw. Here on 2nd down, slings it across the middle, and it's dropped by Beamer. A low throw.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where he can't get that plant quite good enough at the moment, and we'll see how that affects.
It looks like it was a decent throw. Beamer went down. It was just, into the grass, but.
So 3rd down and 8 now for the Tigers from their own 30-yard line.
Time to dial up number 1, Mr. Taylor Young. Try to get the ball to him in space, maybe.
Gayhart and a pistol.
Trying to be an offensive coordinator here.
They'll fake the handoff, throw it across the seam, complete. Trying is Aiden Zach to get to the 1st down marker. It's going to be close. I don't think he got there. It'll be about 4th and 1 as he gets to the 37-yard line. And now, Crawford has the momentum after the 87-yard run. I don't know if you give him the ball back here if you can't convert. So we'll see what Coach Phillips decides.
Zach and Beamer and Young are all weapons, and they went to Zach that time. But.
So it is Parks. This is how they normally would kind of step up. And
they drew him off?
They draw him off? No.
No, they didn't.
So probably just a hard count here. We'll see if he backs up.
Sure.
No, they're going to go for it. Quick pass. They got it. It's Young down the right hash to midfield. 1st down. Seneca off a little bit there. They almost got him to jump off sides, and then they kind of quick snap it on him, Anthony. And Taylor Young just takes a step to the 1st down marker.
You didn't know if they were going to do that
that
short kick again, or they were going to keep it, or, they just give you a lot of different looks.
4:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. They'll hand it to Gayhart. Left tackle with a head full of steam across the 45, and he's dropped at the 43.
Little ground and pound by Gayhart, 6 yards.
I'd say he had a little head full of steam there, Anthony.
He can run some people over, too. 4 minutes and change to go here, Jared. And we've got us a ball game, Mason, and all the good people up here at Attica that take good care of us. And it's a little bit of a trip, but it's enjoyable, and we've seen a great game so far.
2nd down and 4 from the 43. 2-back set, kind of an offset eye. They'll toss it with a lead blocker. I think this is Schultz, and it is.
It is Schultz.
He spins around maybe about 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
So he got
to
two,
the
and
41. So you got to get to the 39 for the 1st down.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 2. Long 2? Okay.
Yep, 3rd down and 2.
Well, you can either ground it with ground pound with Gayhart, or maybe get one of those quick guys out on the bubble screen.
Also QB draw it.
I don't think they want to run him too much up the middle with that leg. Maybe.
Gayhart buries his way to the 39, and then a second effort gets him the 1st down, and then he dives to the 35.
6 yards when he probably should have had 1 or 2, to be honest with you. That was all second effort by Jackson Gayhart. Coaches talk about keep your legs moving. Put that film on and watch it, because that's exactly what he did. He was hit, and, you're hit by Colonel Crawford's defensive line. You're not getting hit by, run-of-the-mill guys. These are some all-Ohio-type players, all N10 type players, and he just ran right through a couple of them.
1st and 10. Again, a 2-back set, Schultz and Gayhart. Low snap, but they pick it up. Gayhart again working his way. The pile will be thrown back, though, but he still picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah.
Gets across the 35. They'll mark him down.
Looks like AG was in there again, the inside linebacker. Kid's very active. How many yards we can, fast-moving game. And, Crawford came in, with 1 league loss, Seneca East with none, and Mohawk sitting up there also at 3-0.
Fake the sweep to Zach, steps up in the pocket, wide open grass to run in front, and he'll be hit and dropped. He gets the 1st down. There on the tackle is Parker Weithman, but that was improvisation there from Parks.
Went from the 33 down to the...
And that was, I believe, Beamer out there on the left. So 3rd down here, and what more than likely is 4-down territory again, obviously. You're not going to punt it in this situation.
Oh, no.
The kicker in Bame has a decent leg, though,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah. I don't know. I have not seen Seneca East yet this year. I don't know how many times he's attempted extra points or field goals or what his range is.
Well,
but
let's get you that stat. How's that sound? It will be rolling to the left. Parks off his back foot. Corner throw, making the catch at the first down marker, and it will be a first down inside the 10.
Number 8, Bryler Beamer. I just like saying that name.
And Bame is only 20 of 23 on the year in extra points. Has not attempted a field goal so far this season.
So Beamer picks up
the first down. It's now 1st and goal from the 7. 47 seconds left here in the third. They'll send 4 towards the right side. Going in motion. They'll run the sweep here with Bryler Beamer. And Beamer gets to the 5, a gain of 2. With 30 seconds left here in the quarter. 2nd down and goal from the 5.
We're going to get one more playoff here, Jared, and we may be headed to the 4th quarter.
2 running backs set. Parks in the gun.
Our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
More Anthony Conchel with you. Tied at 14 here from Seneca East. Tigers, Eagles. And basically, I mean, Seneca East trying to stay in a tie for first place in the conference.
Yep.
Colonel Crawford trying to hand Seneca East their first loss to move them back to a tie with them. But Seneca East facing a 2nd and goal from the 5 here.
Northmore 42, East Knox nothing after 3 quarters.
My goodness.
Golden Knights
Northmore
going to stay undefeated at 7-0.
It'll be Parks in a gun. Pistol set here for the Tigers. And they'll hand it off. I think this is Schultz working his way towards the goal line. He's going to be shy of the end zone. Was Ethan Schultz.
Walker Kramer says no, and a couple of other Eagles in there as well. Might have been Rowan Thu also in there, number 2 on the tackle. So
It's 3rd and goal. They're going to say it was only a 1-yard gain.
yeah.
It'll be Jackson Gayhart to the right of Parks in the gun. Trips to the right. Schultz, the lone receiver, towards the left. Across the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Tigers! And it was Taylor Young on the touchdown catch
4 yards.
to open the scoring here in the 4th quarter. Just a quick, simple slant route. And they take a 20-14 lead. 11-13 left here in the 4th. Bame to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. Kick, and this is wide to the right, no good. So 20-14 remains the score. Seneca East on top of Colonel Crawford. 11-13 left here in the game. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report. game. Taylor Young with a 4-yard catch here from Nicholas Parks to give Seneca East the lead 20-14, but they missed the extra point, Anthony, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt them. So Bames kick, end over end, and it will be caught over the shoulder here by Thu. Thu working his way along the left side, and he's tripped up just across the 20. And Colonel Crawford will take over. But Seneca East with a 20-14 lead and 11:07 left here in the game. So the last time Crawford was out, it was an 87-yard touchdown run by Connor McMichael. You know, they haven't had the ball for too much time, and that time it was a quick strike from McMichael. They'll send Dean in motion towards the left side. McMichael off the left tackle, and he kind of knifes his way just across the line of scrimmage for a gain of a couple yards to the 25, 2nd down and 8.
$15 carries, 161 unofficially for Mr. McMichael, including that long touchdown run.
Let's see, almost 90 of those coming on one play.
Yeah. I mean, both of Crawford's scores, I mean, a long touchdown pass and a long run. I mean,
they'll fake the handoff. Baker looking out to the right, throws it in the flat, intended for Thu, and it's through his hands incomplete. Maybe a tad too high as well, but the pressure was coming from the right side of the line.
3rd down.
I think Ryder was in there, and along with the other side, number 58 in Landon Hicks. 3rd down and 8. 10:26 to go here in the game. Crawford trailing by 6 from their own 25-yard line. It'll be DeGray and Foy wide to the right. They'll send Wythman in motion towards the left side. They'll roll to the right, throw back with Holt to the left. And making the catch here, I think, is Thu, scampering down the left sideline to the 45-yard line. And it will be obviously a 1st down. Actually, Caden Bruner on the catch.
Okay. So about 20 yards on that one for Caden Bruner, first catch of the game.
Nice play call there from Coach Bruner.
Yeah, they haven't used him tonight. And
nice little throwback, kind of got everybody moving to the right side, and then they throw back to the left for a burst down to the 45. 10:17 on the clock. Back to the ground with McMichael, who bowls his way forward.
Another 1st down.
Into Tiger territory to the 45, and they'll give him a 1st down.
11 more yards for Connor. You know, he started out a little slow, then he had that long run. Now, maybe a little bit wearing down the Seneca East defenders. I'm not saying it's happened, but still 10 minutes or so to go in the game. See how much that takes a toll.
Wing T here. They almost get the Tigers to jump.
They did.
I don't know.
Yeah.
From our vantage point, I didn't see anybody jump off sides.
No, he encroached.
So a free 5 yards.
That's my first penalty against Seneca East. I could have missed one, but that's the first one I've got marked down.
So 1st and 5 to the 40 now. With the score at 20-14, Seneca East on top of Crawford with 9:40 left here in the game. 1st and 5. Wing T once again. Dean in motion towards the left side. McMichael again on a carry. Works his way up the hash. Gets the 1st down and another yard. To the 34. And McMichael continues to run with authority.
10 1st downs, 183 unofficial rushing, and we got a Seneca East player down, Jared.
All right, so we'll take a timeout. 20-14 is our score. 9:28 to go here, but Colonel Crawford on the move. They'll have the ball when we come back.
when I leave, I'm going to leave you these.
Many people think the Crawford Park District is only Lowville.
Yes. Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
The OH Report and WBCO, 9:28 to go here in the game.
And that was Braden Drosky, a big 6'1", 260-pound junior lineman who came off the field under his own power, stretching his left leg a little bit. Looks like he's okay, so that's good to see also.
1st and 10 from the Seneca East 34. Clock running now at 9:20. Again, McMichael with Colonel Crawford under center. It's Baker who feeds it to the up back in Dean, and Dean works his way inside the 30-yard line down to the 28.
So 6 yards for Dean. We haven't called his number. That's only Dom Dean's 3rd carry for 19 yards unofficially. So it's been pretty much McMichael, but they'll do that little change of pace where they'll throw him the ball once or twice.
2nd down and 3 from the 27. Dean again in motion. Wing T, flag on the play, and this time it looks like it's going to go against Colonel Crawford.
Yeah, 5 yards there. That's 4 penalties unofficially for 35 yards for Crawford. Not horrible, but again, you know, coming at inopportune times, particularly in that first half, but you don't want to kill a drive with penalties. That makes a coach crazy.
2nd down and 8.
A little difference between 2nd and 3 and 2nd and 8, Jared. Changes your, scope of your play calling. I mean, you still may run the ball, but.
Colonel Crawford under center. They will run it with McMichael. And he is hit short of the 30-yard line.
You say didn't get much, maybe
only about a yard.
Yeah.
31, and yeah, will only be a yard pickup. So 3rd down and 7.
63, Brett Martin in the middle of that defensive line. We haven't called his name, but he's been a steady force inside there, clogging up that middle, along with a couple of those other D linemen for Seneca East.
7:50 on the clock. McMichael on the carry again and drives his legs to the 26. A 5-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down and 2 here, Anthony. So, the biggest play of the game.
Interesting call, absolutely. I mean,
and another player down. I think this one's for Crawford now this time.
Yeah, it's a Crawford player.
So, we will take another timeout with 7:34 left in the game. It is Seneca East 20, Colonel Crawford 14. 4th and 3 coming up here for the Eagles. We'll be right back. At quarterback. They'll send Weithman in motion. And we have movement on the offensive side. No, we got a timeout.
I think Jake Bruner saw that his team was not in sync and called a timeout.
So good timeout there from Coach Bruner. Was 7:18. And, I mean, Anthony, do you keep it on the ground here?
I mean, if you believe that your bread and butter is running the football, and
Which
you've got Connor McMichael and Dom Dean, and you need 3 yards, and you're an old school football coach like Jake Bruner, what do you think you're going to do?
You're going to run it out of the wing T.
I would think so. But you also saw that Caden Bruner got open. You've got weapons like Lucas Foy and Parker Weichman. Maybe you do a little play action, suck the defense in, and throw a short pass. If it's me, I'm going to say, you know what, Connor McMichael, you're pushing All-Ohio status here. Run behind your best lineman and go get me a first down, buddy. Get behind DeGray and Kramer and those guys and Bruner, the tight end, and see if you can get 3 yards. If you can't get it, then you turn the ball back over to Seneca East. But
7:18 is left here in the game. There's still plenty of time here.
Oh yeah, I mean even if Crawford scores, Seneca East has plenty of time. Or if they get stopped, they still have a chance to get the ball back again. So here we go.
And it's actually going to be Dom Dean in the backfield with Baker under center. McMichael back there as well, but it will be Dean who gets the first down just enough across that marker. And it will be a first down to the 24.
So 3 yards for Dean, a pickup and a first down. And again, you didn't have to give it to McMichael, but your other running back, Dom Dean, on a lot of other teams, Dom Dean would be a 1,000-yard rusher. But he's kind of taken a little bit of a secondary role. Not that he's not contributing, because he has, but both are good running backs.
Under center again. McMichael again works his way, kind of stays patient. Now he's shoved back.
Again, that interior of the Seneca East defense, they've given up a few yards rushing, to McMichael and Dean, but then they come back, and number 44 is right in the middle of it, Jackson Gayhart, coming in there from that linebacker position, and, 2nd and 7, so 3 yards on that carry for McMichael.
6:25 left here in the game with a 2nd and 7 from the 21. In the shotgun, this is Baker. They'll send Dean in motion. They'll hand it to McMichael. Tripped up in the backfield. Jackson Gayhart.
I'm going to tell you what. Jackson Gayhart dove in, submarined, got him around the ankle, and brought him down. Great defensive play by Gayhart, back to back. So he got what on that carry? Nothing?
3rd down and 7, 5:40 on the clock.
So is that a 0 gain on that or a minus?
I would say 0.
0 gain for McMichael. Wow.
Baker in the shotgun again with McMichael to his left. Foy and DeGray wide to the right. Now they'll send Dean in the backfield, and he'll be dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Nicholas Parks, I almost said Nathan, his older brother.
And came out of his defensive back spot, trips him up. And it's 4th down and 7 with 5 to go.
Well, another big 4th down for Colonel Crawford, Jarrett. We talked about it earlier. Now 4th and 7, I don't think you run the ball. I think you've got to spread it out. They've got a couple of 3 receivers to this side, and see if Holt can get over there and get a pass off.
Braden Holt into the game. 2 wide receivers to the right. Looking towards the left. Across the middle. Lobs it into the end zone. Diving attempt, and it falls incomplete. It was Parker Weichman in the back of the end zone, and it's just out of the outstretched reach of his hands. Falls to the grass. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Great defensive stand again by the Seneca East Tigers, Jared. I mean, they stopped the run, and then they defended the pass and just out of reach. And again, if you're Seneca East, your defense, you've given up 14 points to a team that's come in averaging a whole lot more than that.
The Seneca East fans really starting to get going here.
Oh, they're feeling it, man. They are pumped up in front of us. We are literally about 30 feet or less behind them here in the press box, and they're excited. Look, I mean, this is a heck of a game between two top teams in the N10. Where else would you rather be?
1st and 10 from their own 20. Parks looking to throw, slings it across the middle to Schultz, and it's picked off. Weithman to the 45 to the 40, inside the 30. Weithman down the right side, and Colonel Crawford back in business.
Oh boy, that hurts for Seneca East. I mean, I don't want to say he threw it up for grabs because he had a receiver, but there was double coverage, Jared, and he underthrew him, and
unbelievable. 4:19 left in the game. Let's watch that replay again. He just stepped in front of the pass.
Weithman with a huge play there. I mean, that was, I don't want to say it was easy, but he was the only one that was going to catch that. So 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. A huge break for Colonel Crawford right here. Wow. Just when you thought, Seneca East made a big stand, can milk some clock and maybe, get out of here with a win. They, throw a deep pass and get it picked off. And, look, they want to throw the football. That's what they're going to do.
1st and 10 from the 28. Pistol set. Baker to McMichael. Left tackle grabbed and dropped. Jackson Dayhart again.
I tell you, that kid reads and reacts as well as anybody I've seen in the last few years. Excellent play.
Just a sophomore.
He had McMichael. He had some help, too. It was number 34. Also was
Derek
in there.
Cornwell, we've called his name a couple times.
Yeah, Cornwell and Gayhart. Those are a couple of good linebackers, and they weren't going to go. He wasn't going to go anywhere. So a loss of or no gain. What are we calling that, Jared? Help me out here. No gain.
No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Okay.
Wing T. They'll fake it. Baker rolling out to the right. Throws on the run across his body. One-handed catch, Dom Dean.
Wow.
Down to the 5.
23 yards to Dom Dean. His first catch, a 1st down. Baker to Dean, and Crawford knocking at the door.
What a catch with 3:20 to go. Dom Dean just reached out with one hand and snagged it. So 1st and goal.
Hadn't had a pass all night, but he made a nice catch on that one, 23 yards. And Crawford 1st and goal to
Wing T again. McMichael, left tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Colonel Crawford. And they have tied this game with 3 minutes to go. And the extra point could give them the lead.
Wow. What a turn of events here tonight, Jared. Looked like the Seneca East had the lead, had the ball. Weithman gets the interception. A few plays later, McMichael, a 6-yard run.
Now Joseph Zizzo for the extra point to take the lead. It is up, and it is good. Crawford takes the lead, 21-20. The extra point by Zizzo is good. 3 minutes to go. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO.
And the
Happy Halloween.
21-20 with 3 minutes to go. Connor McMichael, a 4-yard touchdown run, set up beautifully by a catch from Dom Dean to get him to the 5-yard line. And now Seneca East, can they come back? The kick will be down at the 3, and working his way is Young to the 10, and that's going to be it. Wow, what a critical mistake there on the kickoff coverage. And the return, yeah. Taylor Young had to go back and get it, but he picked it up around the 3-yard line and was only able to work his way to the 10. So 1st and 10 from their own 10, 2:54 left in the game. 3 timeouts for Seneca East, so still plenty of time, Anthony. So we'll see if Nicholas Parks and company can come back. That extra point has proven pivotal here for the Tigers. Parks looking to throw, throws it across the hash to Gayhart, makes the catch, turns it up. I believe that was Schultz actually. It'll be about a 5-yard gain there for the Tigers and bring up 2nd down and 5. A little bit of breathing room here for Seneca East.
Yeah. But again, the clock's not on your side with 2:30 to go. You got to go a long ways.
4 wide receivers set. Gayhart in the backfield next to Parks. They will run it with Parks as he dives forward. I don't think he got the 1st down, so the clock continues to run.
Wasn't Parks, it was Gayhart.
Yes. 3rd down and 2. .205 left in the game. Yep. Parks with an empty set. Low snap. They snap it before he's ready. He picks it up, and he's going to be hit and dropped.
DeGray, I believe.
It was DeGray.
Yep.
Huge mistake. Low snap. He wasn't ready for it, and now it's 4th down and 5. You got to take a timeout here, I would think, if you're Coach Phillips, but he's not.
Well,
1:40 on the clock. 4th down here for Seneca East. Empty set. They'll send Zach in motion. Rolls out towards the left. Now rolls to the right under pressure. Throws it. It's incomplete.
Crawford saying it was a fumble, but I believe it's incomplete.
And so now a turnover on downs. The only thing, at least for Seneca East, is that they have all 3 timeouts. What a turn of events, Anthony.
Yeah.
Are they going to – you said, I think, didn't you call it? Did they drop him for a – no.
Well, I
call
thought –
it the 16.
Well, okay.
They're going to say he just got it away.
The Crawford players were acting like it was a fumble, of course, but it was an incomplete pass. He got it away. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 14 for Crawford.
1:24. Like I said, they do have all 3 timeouts, so they can stop it at least 3 times. So the wing T. Again, McMichael off the left tackle, and then he's going to slide down short of the 1st down. Surprised he at least didn't get the 1st down there, but he slides short of the 1st down marker.
It's 205 yards unofficially rushing for Connor McMichael on 23 carries.
He did that purposely, but I think he still should have at least gotten the 1st down there, Anthony.
Yeah, he could have gotten the 1st down and maybe even scored and put the game away. I don't know.
So 2nd down and 3 is going to be the play with 1:18. Seneca East takes their 1st timeout. So 21-20 is the score. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get it. Okay. Seneca East looked like they were in the driver's seat. Yeah. With 1:18 to go, 2nd down and 3 though. Crawford with the lead. McMichael on the carry again, going forward. Did he get enough for the first down? They're going to be just shy, and they're going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 21-20, 1:09, 3rd down coming up here for Crawford. We'll be right back.
The Marion County Board of Developmental Disabilities is responsible for ensuring health and safety to those served. This includes linking them with providers in our community to meet the needs that they may have. A provider can help with anything from transportation, housing, nursing care, medication administration, as well as drop-in services.
WBCO, McMichael on the carry. I think he got the first down, and he did, and that will basically end this game. Seneca East will take a timeout, but he gets the first down. And now Colonel Crawford could basically take a knee, and again, that extra point proves pivotal. Crawford is going to run out the clock with a 21-20 victory over Seneca East. They can take a couple of knees. And that, what a huge game here for Colonel Crawford. It looked like Seneca East had him with 11-13. They scored a touchdown on a 4-yard pass to Taylor Young from Nicholas Parks. And Seneca East would lead 20-14. And then they would miss the extra point, and then Connor McMichael would put them on top 21-20 with a 6-yard run. And then Parker Weithman with a huge interception to seal the deal, basically, for Colonel Crawford to get them set up with that touchdown drive to give Colonel Crawford the lead. They did turn it over on downs, and then the very next play, Nicholas Parks throws it deep down the field, and Parker Weithman with a huge interception. Connor McMichael, 210 yards rushing. With 2 touchdowns in this game. They will take a knee, so they can do that one more time. There is another timeout. I guess this was their last, but I'm not sure why. They took it before the snap. So 103 left in the game. And all Crawford has to do is take a couple of knees. So Baker takes a snap, takes a knee. They'll have to do that one more time. Dom Dean with 24 yards rushing. for Colonel Crawford. Lucas Foy with 7 yards, Rowan through with 2. Baker with 23 yards passing. Braden Holt with 59 yards passing. Basically 82 yards there. And Colonel Crawford takes the knee, and they will give Seneca East their first loss in conference play here tonight. Our final score is Colonel Crawford 21, Seneca East 20. Stay tuned. We'll come back here with our player of the game and our game changer courtesy of Spitzer Motors, and then also our OH Report player of the game as well. 21-20 your final. Stay tuned. We'll come back and wrap this thing up.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Seneca East moving to 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in conference play. Seneca East moving to 4-3 on the season, 3-1 also in conference play. So time to give out some awards here. First for our Spitzer Motors Game Changer here on WBCO, courtesy of Spitzer Motors of Ontario. And that would be Parker Weithman. Had a huge interception to set Colonel Crawford up with the game-winning score. So congratulations to Parker. He was our game changer here tonight, courtesy of Spitzer Motors. And our McDonald's players of the game. And for Seneca East, it was Nicholas Parks with his 2 touchdown passes. So congratulations to Nicholas. And then our player of the game for Colonel Crawford was Connor McMichael. He had 2 touchdowns and 210 yards rushing. So congratulations to Connor McMichael. He had an 87-yard touchdown run there in the third, and then a 6-yard touchdown run with 3 minutes to go in the game. So congratulations to Nicholas Parks of Seneca East and Connor McMichael of Colonel Crawford for winning our McDonald's players of the game, courtesy of the Lewis family, McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion. Awaiting Connor McMichael here, we'll just run down the scoring once again. It was Colonel Crawford with a 50-yard touchdown catch from John DeGray from Braden Holt to give them a 7-0 lead. Seneca East would then tie the game with 4:05 left in the second quarter. Aiden Zach with a touchdown catch from Nicholas Parks to tie the game at 7. Ethan Schultz with a 1-yard run to make it 14-7. Seneca East into the locker room at halftime. Game would be tied at 14 with an 87-yard run. And then Taylor Young with a 4-yard pass from Nicholas Parks. And then McMichael would cap the scoring with that 6-yard run. So a reminder to give Davy Jones a call, 419-462-2222. He's looking for all the scores around the area. Also over the weekend over on WQEL, it'll be Ohio State with the pregame tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Kickoff at 3:30 against Iowa, as Ohio State is a 20.5-point favorite. So pregame at 2 o'clock tomorrow and a kickoff at 3:30. The Cleveland Guardians will begin postseason play tomorrow because the Buckeyes are on the radio at the same time. Not be able to broadcast game 1 tomorrow, so we'll pick up games 2, 3, and 4 next week. So good luck to Cleveland in the postseason. Our games next week over on WQEL, it'll be Winford at Bucyrus at 7 o'clock. And then here on WBCO, we will have Cary at Colonel Crawford. So we head into week 8. Pretty crazy that we're already that far into the season. Also, helmet stickers will be handed out after week 7 for games with Josh Stallings and the crew from Isaac Miller next week in the high school football preview. Check out WQEL, WBCO's Facebook page, or the WQEL podcast page for more details and to view this week's latest shows. So that will just about wrap things up. And we're going to step aside here on WBCO. We'll be back with the player interview. So for Anthony Conchel here with me, I am Jared Moore, saying so long and good night.
Happy Halloween!
Connor McMichael as our MVP player of the game, courtesy of Old 30 Barbecue. Congratulations, Connor. 210 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and a big touchdown there with 3 minutes to go, set up by the interception by Parker.
Yep.
And, another big run, 87 yards in this game. What was Coach Bruner's message at halftime to you guys as you were trailing?
He knew that they were tiring down. Like, our run game was looking good. We were getting 5 yards, so he told us, he's like, one of these times it's going to break for a big one, and it did. It showed in the third quarter.
And how huge can you see? Did you expect Seneca East to throw it on that first down play where Parker picked it off? Or did you kind of say that, well, they're going to try to run out the clock on us?
I saw that they were struggling to run the ball a little bit, and I felt like they were going to throw the balls because their main playmakers are the quarterback, the 2 receivers. So I don't hate the play call, but that's a great play by Parker Weithman to get the interception there.
And just what's your guys' mindset as you turn over on downs? You knew you had a couple timeouts left that you could call to kind of stop Seneca East. Just what's the mindset over there on the sideline as the clock was kind of winding down and you guys were still trailing?
We knew that the game wasn't over. There was still a lot of time. We had 5 minutes with 3 timeouts left. So our mindset was like, let's get another stop, let's get the ball, and then let's score.
All right. And do you want to give a shout-out to anybody?
Shout out to my anatomy teacher, Miss Hallberg. Shout out to the whole O-line, and shout out to my family and all the coaches.
Well, they definitely paved the way for you, and
Sure
congratulations, Connor. 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, the game-winning touchdown with 3 minutes to go. So congratulations.
Thank you.